Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Armstrong.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emmeline Watt, and welcome to the Magic Mirror.
Today, with the help of the Magic Mirror, we're going to learn about feelings by watching our reflections. We'll see how our feelings affect us every day in everything we do.
In this series of videos, we're also going to learn about our thoughts. Thoughts can affect what kinds of feelings we have.
We all have feelings, lots of them, so many different feelings. Let's take a look in the mirror. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes sad, or maybe we're not really happy or sad, but rather we're just feeling content or satisfied. Have you heard those words before? Content or satisfied?
If you're feeling content or satisfied, it means that nothing's really bothering you today, or nothing's making you feel overly happy or excited either. You're just satisfied and okay with how things are going.
But if we're not feeling content or okay with how things are going, then we might be feeling angry.
I get angry at someone when they do something or say something to me that I don't like.
Or disappointed.
I get disappointed when things don't happen the way I want them to.
We all know what that feels like, don't we? Sometimes we're not feeling content because we're jealous of someone. Maybe because they have something that we don't have. We might feel jealous towards someone because they've done something better than us.
Maybe they got a higher test score in class.
That's right. And when that happens, we sometimes feel jealous towards that person. And sometimes we don't even know that we are feeling jealous. Jealousy often stops us from feeling good or content with how things are going in our day. Jealousy is one of those feelings we can create all on our own. It can hurt. It can hurt us and it can hurt others.
Another thing that stops us from feeling content or satisfied is when we get hurt, like if we were to cut our finger or if we bruise our knee during a soccer game.
But you know what can also really hurt? Is when our feelings get hurt because someone has said something or done something to us that we don't like.
That's what someone means when they say you hurt my feelings.
Yes, exactly. When our feelings get hurt, it hurts us in a different way. It hurts us here. It makes us feel bad, and we're no longer content with our day.
Then we feel a big change in our mood because hurt feelings can be a very strong feeling.
Like when you're being picked on by a bully.
Yes, that's always really hurtful and something you should talk about with a teacher or a trusted adult.
We've talked about some of the feelings that are the opposite of feeling content or satisfied or happy. Like being angry or jealous or even feeling hurt. We don't always know why we don't feel happy. Sometimes we may just feel annoyed. Maybe something is bothering us or disturbing us, like a loud noise. Another reason is that we might feel frustrated because we can't do something, no matter how hard we try.
So many feelings. Feelings that feel nice and those that feel not so nice. But all of our feelings are really important.
And when we notice these not so nice feelings, they can be like a fire alarm telling us that something is going on. And maybe we should do something about it. But sometimes our feelings creep up on us. And before we know it, we're no longer feeling content or happy with our day. And we might not always know what to do about that.
Meet me on the wall, not feeling too fair at all. I was just fine yesterday. Reflections give me away. Meet me on the wall.
Do you notice how your mood changes throughout the day as you have different feelings? Wouldn't it be nice if we could be more aware of how our feelings are affecting us?
Sometimes not so nice feelings can be very strong and last for a long time. That's when they really start to affect us, making it hard to sleep or eat, even to learn in class or go to school. When we are not happy or content, we can sometimes experience feelings that can be very strong. It can then be difficult to be with other people or even play with our friends.
When our not so nice feelings get very strong, then we often have thoughts that can stop us from doing things that we should be able to do. Strong feelings can sometimes prevent us from doing things that we would usually enjoy doing.
When this happens, our feelings and our thoughts start to affect our mental health. As feelings become stronger and stronger, we start to think things and do things that might not be very healthy for us. We may even do things that can hurt ourselves and hurt others.
When very strong feelings start to affect our mental health and our enjoyment of everyday life, psychologists like me call this a mental illness.
A mental illness is kind of like a body illness, like a cold or a flu, except it's an illness of the mind. Just like with a cold, there are things that you can do to help the cold go away and to help you feel better. With a mind illness, there are things that you can do to help too.
We're going to learn how to keep our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors healthy, and how to help ourselves when our feelings become too strong.
Let's take a look in the magic mirror and see what feelings and thoughts the children are having today. Oh, look! I remember that park. That was a beautiful day.
Yes, that was a great day to be outside. You can see how I was feeling. Just so happy to be in the warm sun after that long winter.
And it looks like I was feeling good too. I seemed to be very content, reading my book. And look, there you are, Carrie-Anna. How does it look that you were feeling?
I think I look angry. Oh, I remember now. That's when that girl kicked my ball away.
That wasn't very nice of her, was it? I would be angry too.
And Devin, you're looking very quiet over there. What were you feeling?
I remember feeling very hurt. They didn't ask me to play in the soccer game.
I think I would feel hurt too. And when something hurts you like that, you just feel sad. And sad or hurt can feel like a very big feeling. It's one of those feelings that can become very strong.
Sometimes it's hard to know what to do with big feelings that become very strong. But look, you weren't sad for too long, were you?
No, I found someone else to play soccer with.
And that's a healthy way to overcome sadness or being hurt, by doing something that will help you feel better.
Oh, look, Samvi, you look quite upset.
I think I'm scared. Yes, remember? That's when I saw that big spider near the slide. I was so afraid of spiders. I wanted to go on the slide, but I just couldn't. I was just too scared.
Being afraid sometimes does that. If our fear is very strong, it stops us from doing the things we like to do. But being afraid can sometimes be a good thing if it protects us from things that can hurt us. Fear can be a good alarm bell for danger.
But I found out from our science teacher that spiders here in Canada can't hurt you. They're much more scared of you and will run away if you try and catch them. Spiders don't bite unless you try to hurt them, and their bite can't really hurt you any more than a mosquito bite. Our science teacher showed us that spiders catch other insects that are a problem for farmers and growing food that we eat. So spiders are actually really helpful.
So you're not afraid of the spider web near the slide anymore?
That was before I learned about spiders in science class. My thoughts about spiders changed, so now I'm not afraid of them anymore, and I wouldn't want to hurt one either.
So if you're afraid of something, like this guy here, you can learn more about the thing that you're afraid of and can become less afraid. Our fears are sometimes created because of things we don't know about.
When I learn more about the things that fear. I just use my mind instead of tears.
But what happens when it's really difficult to help yourself feel less afraid or less sad? Maybe you're nervous or anxious much of the time. Maybe you're sensitive to loud noises. Or easily annoyed by other kids at school. Or maybe you feel ignored or left out. These are all very strong feelings, and we all feel them sometimes. But for some of us, they're just too strong, and they affect our mental health.
We see ourselves a little differently when we watch ourselves in the magic mirror, don't we? Did you know all those feelings that you saw? Maybe now that we know that we all feel something almost all the time, maybe we can understand each other a little better.
Feelings are very normal.
That's right, we all have them. But we often show our feelings differently, so sometimes it's hard to know what someone else is feeling.
Some of us show our feelings more than others, and some of us understand our feelings more than others. Some of us let our feelings get stronger and bigger, while others are able to have more control over their feelings and not let them get too strong or too big.
Feelings are something we all have, so we can talk to each other about them. That can help us understand and cope with our feelings so much better than hiding them away.
And talking about your feelings with someone who cares about you is always a good idea. Talking about your feelings can help you understand how they may be affecting your behaviors.
It's time for today's song. It's about how feelings affect all of us and how even though we may have different troubles in our day, we're all pretty much the same.
Now here's today's song. Sing along if you'd like. It's called Just Like Me.
He missed school today to hide his tears away. No one could see the pain inside. He doesn't sleep at night, quit things he used to like, feeling all alone in the world. Inside, he's just like me and you. All people have feelings too, just like me and you. Nerves don't let her rest, heart races in her chest, panic fills her day with fear. At school she skips a test, a subject she knows best, running from her troubled thoughts and tears. Inside, she's just like me and you. All people have feelings too, just like me and you. Inside, she's just like me and you. All people have feelings too, just like me and you. Could be your sister, could be your neighbor, could be your best friend at school. Could be the quiet one, could be the angry one in the mirror, could be you. He likes to sit alone, to others he's unknown. He's the shadow in the room. Doesn't meet your eye, he can't identify with the things that others feel. But inside, he's just like me and you.
You can really help yourself and others by learning about the different kinds of feelings. It might even be one of the most important things you can learn.
With help from the magic mirror, let's see if we can name the different feelings.
This looks like an easy one.
That's a happy face.
You're right. Now, what do you think is the opposite feeling of being happy?
A sad face.
That's right. When we see that someone is sad, we might want to help them. Maybe ask them, why are they sad? Or try and help them feel better.
That's a content face.
That's right. When someone is content, or we can also call them satisfied, they're feeling good about how things are going in their day. Now, what might be the opposite of feeling content or satisfied?
That's an angry face.
Right. When someone is angry, they're quite upset at something that's happened. Or maybe they're angry with someone. Now, what might be another opposite feeling of being content or satisfied?
A frustrated face.
Right. When someone is frustrated, it can be at themselves, or maybe they're frustrated with something they're having trouble with. You get frustrated if you keep trying to do something and you can't get it right.
That's me. I'm taking dance lessons. I love it, but some of the steps are really hard. Sometimes I get so frustrated that I just stop practicing.
It can be really hard to enjoy what you're doing when that feeling of frustration gets too strong. But guess what? If you can recognize that you're having that feeling of frustration, that's kind of the first step in being able to change that feeling.
Now, what might be another feeling that's the opposite to being content or satisfied?
That's a hurt face.
When we're hurt, it's a very strong feeling, and quite the opposite of feeling content. We could think that someone has hurt us, maybe physically on purpose, or that someone has been mean to us, and that's a different kind of hurt.
When we're feeling hurt, it's a really strong feeling, and it's good to talk to somebody about it. Sometimes we can talk it out with the person we think hurt us, and that can help us to feel better. Or we may need to talk to an adult we trust if it's not safe to talk to the person we think hurt us.
Sometimes people don't always know that they've hurt us, and sometimes we can misunderstand what someone has said to us. So if we talk about that feeling of hurt, it can start to calm that feeling down and maybe even make it go away.
You might find out that you misunderstood the person who you thought hurt you, and there's no reason to feel hurt at all.
That's very true. Talking about your feelings helps you to sort them out, doesn't it? And then you can start to feel better.
Now, I'm thinking of another feeling that's close to being hurt, but it's a little different. It's the feeling of being disappointed. It's when you expect something to happen and it just doesn't happen. You don't get the mark on the test that you wanted. You don't get the birthday gift you wanted. Our lives are full of so many disappointments.
Being disappointed is a very common feeling that can sometimes get in the way of us feeling content or happy. But sometimes things don't go the way we wanted them to, and holding on to our disappointments can get in the way of us feeling content. Watch this. Both boys have just finished their math tests. And you know what? They both got the exact same mark on their tests, and it wasn't what they had wanted. This was not something they were expecting at all, because they had studied hard for the test.
And they both look very disappointed. But look now. This boy's decided to enjoy a soccer game after school, which helps him feel a bit better.
But look at the other boy. He is sitting there so sad on his way home from school.
We all have different ways of handling our feelings, and some ways are healthier for us than others. The first boy did something to handle his disappointment and to try and help himself feel better. So later in the day, he probably was able to think in more helpful ways. Maybe he'd think, I could ask the teacher for help, so maybe I could do better next time. the second boy didn't do anything to help himself feel better. So he might start to think that things will never get better. I'm always going to fail. And his disappointment could turn into sadness.
Disappointments are often just stinky thoughts.
Stinky thoughts?
That's what Emma and I call them. Thoughts that just aren't very helpful for you. They stink. That's something we'll learn about in one of the next episodes. Stinky or unhelpful thoughts just keep us feeling bad.
I'm thinking that there are 2 more thoughts that can creep up on us, that can affect us from feeling content or happy. I think the magic mirror has some more to show us.
That face says something is bothering me.
That's right. When we're feeling annoyed, it's a nasty feeling. We won't enjoy anything as long as we're annoyed with something.
A jealous face.
Jealousy is a tricky feeling. We don't always know when we're feeling jealous. Sometimes we might think that we're annoyed with someone, or maybe even angry with them, when really we're just jealous that they have something that we want, or maybe we're jealous because they've done something that we wish that we could have done.
Is that the kind of feeling we shouldn't have?
Actually, we all get a little jealous sometimes. So it's good to recognize it and see what it's doing to our mood and to our relationships with others.
Well, we've certainly seen a lot of feelings that are the opposite of content and happy. Some of those feelings can become very strong if we don't pay attention to them. Talking about our feelings is a really good way to understand them better.
And now is a good time to introduce today's song. It's a song about talking about our feelings with each other. I hope you enjoy it.
Now here's today's song. It's called Your Feelings Can Tell You.
When he can't get things right, he's feeling sad. When she can't get things right, she's feeling mad. Your feelings will tell you that you have so much to say. You have so many thoughts inside you. My words are not your words, but you can read my face. I have so much to say to you, emotions that we know, feelings that we show. She started